I represent a parent in a guardianship matter, and that person is also represented by attorneys in family court. Now, why is this? Well, the other attorneys were actually this person's attorney first for a child support matter. And the specific type of case is where there's a child over the age of 21. In New York, child support goes to 21, except there had been an amendment to the law, and there are circumstances in which child support can continue until 26 years old based on physical or mental impairment, disability of the child. So if you have a child that's 22, 23, 22 to 26, between those ages, and they live at home within the care and custody of a parent, now that child is legally an adult, but under the care of a parent. It's the same way in New York. Legally, a child is an adult at 18, but the Child Support Standards Act for every child goes to 21. So in some states, child support ends at 18, 19. New York presently has the highest age, and that's 21. I guess they wedded that to maybe drinking. I don't know what the thought was. That was the legislature that made that rule. And the CSSA is the name of the law, Child Support Standards Act. And it goes to 21 in every instance, except when there's an exception. And that had been modified approximately 2 years ago. And, in my office, my associate's handling a few cases where we're seeking support above the age of majority, and even above that, right, because it's 18. But you don't have to take any steps or any large steps to get support between 18 and 21. You have to demonstrate that the person is, a dependent of the parent. Sometimes it's that the person's in school. But if they're not supporting themselves and, they're not in the military or a full-time job, then they're under the wing of the parent and in need of support. And that parent is in need of support because child support actually goes a portion towards, this is the theory behind it, a portion towards food, a portion towards shelter, a portion towards clothes, all of the things that a parent spends for a child. That's anticipated to be covered in the child support, weekly, monthly, whenever it arrives. Now, the meeting was because we wanted to make sure all of the attorneys and the client were on the same page. So we discussed strategy for what was going on inside of the family court case and the overall strategy for the guardianship. And often enough, there are instances where client will be referred to me from another attorney. The ongoing relationship between what becomes our mutual client and the other law firm continues. So, for example, sometimes in a wrongful death, I'll get referred a case because there's an aspect tort lawyer or a personal injury lawyer will be involved in a case, and then they need me to take certain steps in the surrogate's court. Or in this instance, the attorneys were working on the support and increasing it, and I'm going to be working on the guardianship in another courthouse. So there's the interplay of a lot of areas. Matter of fact, I spoke with an attorney today, and a person involved in a second marriage passed away. And now there's probably going to be a surrogate's court action. And what this attorney said was now the second divorce begins. I've often thought of the crossover between, family court and then criminal court, family court, then guardianship, but then guardianship at the surrogate's court. I've seen in real world applications the fighting between siblings and family members continued through those several courts. That's what we are for today.